So I'm here with the chairman of the club, Lee Bowers. How are you?
I'm good, Harley. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
So how did the club begin?
It began in 2007. A lot of my mates from school, we all played for a school football team.
Yeah.
We was all playing for like local clubs, clubs like Harley, in the sort of Chingford area. And we was playing, during the week we was playing like five-a-side, a power league. And then we sort of turned the five-a-side into seven-a-side. And then we just said, should we create an 11-a-side team? And then we created a 11-a-side team, went into the Ilford District League in 2007-2008 season. And our first season we wasn't really successful. It was just about really mates playing together, so we weren't all playing in different places. So I think we only won like 4 league games out of like 20 in the first season, so we wasn't very successful. But yeah, that's how it sort of began, and for the first sort of, I'll say three seasons, it was more just mates playing together. We started being more successful in our second season. We actually finished runners up in the Division 1 and got promoted into sort of like the top league of the Ilford District League. And we just started attracting more people. Like some of the boys had workmates or other friends, and they wanted to join the club. So we actually I think it was in our third season, we formed a reserve side. And I think it was from then I thought, I don't want it just to be a sort of team, I wanted it to be a club. And it did get a little bit more serious as time went on. Now we're in our 13th season coming up. And I'd say in the last 4 years it started to sort of get more popular, the club, the reputation's grown since we re-entered the Essex Olympian League. At the moment we have 5 men's teams. We have the 2 Sunday teams, which are more of the older boys who were the originals from back in sort of 2007, 2008, around that time. And we've got 3 men's teams on a Saturday. So we've got the first team that play in the Essex Olympian Division 1, our development side that play in the Olympian Division 4 this year. They've been moved from the Essex Alliance League. They were a new team last year. And we have our A side, which are sitting on top of the ladder of the Essex Alliance League. They're in the senior league now. So yeah, we've got about 100 players on our books altogether. So yeah, it has got bigger over the years.
Yeah. So I think maybe what a lot of people would want to know is, what's it like to be a chairman of a football club?
Well, I've always been the chairman, and the early days it was just run by me and someone called Tom Pearce, who's secretary and treasurer of the club. But the early days I was player, so I was player, manager, chairman. And when it wasn't as serious, you didn't have as much responsibility, you're not looking too far in the future, so it was quite easy to do. I stopped playing on Saturdays about 4 seasons ago, maybe even 5 seasons ago, because it was just getting too much playing, managing, and I wasn't as good as the boys coming in. I was getting older, younger boys are coming in, so I just thought, you know what, I want to concentrate on just managing the side. And then this year is the first year I've stepped down managing the first team. So last year I've done it co-managed with Dave Richbell, who's the first team manager now. And then this year I've just took a step back and being chairman. So being chairman there is a lot to do. I'm a very active chairman. I go to a lot of training sessions still, just see how the boys are. I'm working hard off the pitch, doing things like this now with the YouTube channel, and yeah, just trying to get the club keep progressing. I'm not a chairman just to sort of stay at home and not really be involved. So I still play on Sundays, keeps me active. But yeah, it's good. It's good being chairman. It's like a real life football manager in the way I look at it. You know, it's like so many millions of people play football manager. I used to play Championship manager when I was a kid, and being sort of manager or chairman running a club, I'm doing this in real life, which is brilliant. Yeah.
Of course, you've been the chairman for so long, since you've been involved in this club since 2007. Mm-hmm. So, what is your favourite moment in the club ever so far?
There's been quite a few, really. It was probably, there was a season where our first team won the treble. So we won the Essex Alliance League Senior Division, which is the top division, and we won the cup called the Fenton Cup, which is all the divisions in the Alliance League. So it's sort of the Premier, the 1, the 2, 3. So like 40 odd teams, and we won that as well, and we won the Essex Cup at our level. So with that was probably our most successful year winning the treble, and it was the way we went about it. I think it was, especially in the league, that we was up against it towards the end of the season, and we had to win something like all our remaining 5 games, and going away to May and Baker to get a result there or not get beat to make sure we can still be in our hands to win the league. So yeah, that's probably been my favourite moment. Yeah.
So obviously the club is progressing really, really well. So what are your short-term and long-term goals for the club?
Short term, so since the first team moved back into the Essex Olympian League 2 seasons ago, we got put into Division 4, and as soon as we went back to the Olympian League, we knew short-term goal is to get into the Premier ASAP. We were a little bit disappointed to be put in Division 4 at the begin with, because we thought the team was good enough for, say, Division 3. A lot of new teams get put in Division 3, but it was in Division 4 and we won that by 10 points, and they actually gave us a double promotion to Division 2. So getting double promotion, it was in Division 2 last year and we won it on goal difference. So now this year in Division 1. So yeah, so we're only 1 division away now from our short-term goal. And also we didn't know when we was in Division 4 we wanted to bring in an under-21 side, a development side. We didn't want them playing in an under-21 division. We wanted them to play men's, so they can get ready for men's football ASAP. So having an under-21 side or development side is really good as well. That was a short-term goal. Long-term, it's hard to say. I think if you look too far in the future, you sort of forget the now, and you can't really prepare too much for like 5 years down the line, because you don't know what's going to happen the next 2 years, especially in grassroots football. But I definitely look at clubs like White Ensign and May and Bakers and Brentford's and West Essex, who are a close club to ours as well, and they're playing in FA Cup games. White Ensign played last night, and they come from the Olympian League. I know Brett down there, he's White Ensign side a couple of years ago were battling relegation, and now they're playing in Step 6 and playing in FA Cup preliminary round. So I'd say a mid-term goal to long-term would be getting the club playing an FA Cup game. Definitely, I think I could rest peacefully if once we achieve that.
Yeah, so obviously earlier you mentioned the YouTube channel, and also we have things like Twitter as well and Instagram. So how big do you think that is? Like how much of an impact it has on the club?
It's massive. It's massive. Twitter especially is massive for all clubs now. We have about 2,700 followers. It took time to get there. We just launched a YouTube channel, and we've got 50 subscribers in the first week. And now we're going to be recording most of our home matches, most of the first team. There'll be highlights with hopefully yourself doing the commentary, with the commentary from Harley. So with the match highlights, with the camera we've got being at sort of 4 metres in the air, we'll get a good sort of shot of the game. So it'll be sort of professionally done. But yeah, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, it's been massive, because I sort of look at the analytics part and see how many hits the website, Twitter, Instagram, profile visits, and it just increases every month. And it's so good for things like if a referee drops out for a friendly and you need one last minute, you can put something on there, and 9 times out of 10 you'll get someone step up. Or if you're looking for a friendly, a team might have pulled out. You know, for us, we're still in our friendlies, we're in our penultimate today. If the side pulled out Friday night, you've still got a good chance of getting a side. So Twitter's really good with that. I can't even imagine how the club would be without Twitter now. And for players as well, because it attracts people seeing what you do. So yeah, it's huge. Big part of grassroots now. Definitely, we love it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you. Cheers.
Hi, so I'm here with Rob, the General Manager at Motorpoint in Chingford. How did you find out about the club, and why did you want to get involved?
So we were actually approached at the Chingford Festival by Lee. We were up on the green in Chingford to sponsor that, and then Lee came to us and asked if we wanted to sponsor a local team. And as part of Motorpoint's commitment into the local community, we like sponsoring local teams and get the best out of local events. So it just seemed like a really good thing to do at the time.
So who are Motorpoint? Just want to tell people?
So Motorpoint, we're used car supermarket, biggest used car supermarket in the UK. So we've got a branch down at Chingford, down the bottom of King's Head Hill on Lee Valley Road. Currently in stock roughly about 600 cars on site. With our group stock, anything up to about 8,000 cars. So yeah, we sell new cars. So yeah, you should come down and look for yourself.
So you were saying that you like to get involved with lots of like clubs from different sports clubs from like around the local area. So what is it like working with a football club?
Well, it's the first time I've worked with a football team,
Okay.
so my background's a bit of rugby, but
Yeah.
never really worked with a football team before. So I'm looking forward to seeing the game today and seeing what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
good.
Wicked.
Good.
Right, lovely. Cheers.